All right, guys, we are back. 2 out of 2. We fucking did it. Smurfy, how do you feel, mate? We had the Dolphins plus 5.5. The Dolphins smashed 10-36, and then you had your ladder bet, mate. Talk about the ladder bet.
So after being fucking lowest of the low, so shit the week before, we're finally back. Not only did we get those, we got 60 or 70% of our late mail bets. So it just goes to show you got to subscribe and keep updated with those. But yeah, so Storm trounced Manly at Brookvale. Great to see. Nothing better than that. But it was just all round great weekend of footy. Like Eels and Dolphins got their first win for the season. That was good to see. The Bunnies game was great. Watching Latrell back in action. He was everywhere in that game.
Oh, mate, he what a way to come back and win like that on after being out all year. Like, you know, he's a freak. Like, he's a freak. Yeah, I don't know. It's just you don't get many players that can do that.
Nah, so. He was everywhere. But it sucked because we had him for a try, and he did get over, and it got awarded, and then it got disallowed, which was really annoying. Nearly as annoying as all the sin bins on the weekend. 6 sin bins for the weekend. So the NRL's come out and said they're going to target high shots and whatever. And, yeah, it was 6. It felt like it was 100. It felt like every.
It felt like 100. I felt like we weren't going to have any players left to finish the games off after, you know, the amount of sin bins we had. You touch someone on the chin and you get a sin bin over the weekend. So,
I saw a bloke sneeze and he got sent off.
Just straight on report into the bin. Yeah. It's 10, yeah. But, mate, the Panthers, again, just can't get a W right now. I thought that they were maybe going to change the trend there and get their first dub of the year, but obviously Dylan Edwards, way more of an important player than what I thought he was, or just for me personally. I always rated him, especially after he won the most valuable player in the granny. Like, can't take that away from him, but didn't think he's that important. What do you think of the Panthers game?
Well, fun fact, and this is a good one for our American friends. Panthers have won the last 4 NRL premierships, which is the equivalent to the Super Bowl. But they've now just lost their last 4 games in a row. So don't know what that says. Maybe because they've had Dylan Edwards out. He's back this weekend, so let's just see if that makes a difference. But I definitely don't think they're going to make that 5 in a row. 5.
Yeah, I don't know if they. I don't think the last time they've lost 5 in a row was that when bloody Ryan Gertler was playing for them. They probably lost 5 in a row. Like, they obviously had their rebuild, but they haven't been this bad in like at least 5 years.
Nah, and their heads would be spinning, I reckon.
And the other game that was pretty exciting that happened early in the week was the Raiders game. They managed to pull off that amazing try at the end of the game to seal it. What did you think of the Raiders over the weekend? It was good. We had that money line spot for the late mail too, so that was good.
Yeah, I wish I'd have put Hudson Young for anytime try scorer. He got 2. He pretty much set up that last winning try. That kind of went through the hands of half the team. That was it was a nail-biting finish. It was awesome. Good to see him get up. Made Ricky Stewart pretty happy. But
he's come a long way, Ricky Stewart. You know, he used to be like, I give him a bit of stick on here because, you know, he's always the angry man, especially when all that Jamin Salmon stuff happened, like a couple of seasons ago. Like, he didn't like Jamin Salmon. That stuff got picked up in the media, and you know, but there's a culture around Canberra right now. Even though they lost their games, like, they were unlucky in the week where they got smashed away. You know, they're coming back good now, so I like what they're doing. But you got something else with the Raiders this week, don't you, mate?
I do, mate. I do. So now that we've progressed up the first rung of Smurfy's ladder, we're going to have a crack at the second step. So I wanted to stay on Storm because they got Warriors in Melbourne this weekend. I think they're going to flog them, but it's not in our price range. They're only paying $1.17. We're looking for something around $1.50. So I'm taking Raiders versus the Eels at $1.54. So we're going to take that 153 from our Storm win, and we're going to put that straight onto Raiders to beat the Eels. Put your helmet on. We're going up. And if we come down, we're going to get first.
If we come down, we just reload the ladder and just go again.
Well, that's right. That's right. But I'm not telling me, missus, I'm taking another 100. But what do you got, mate? What do you got for the weekend?
Yeah, mate, look, I was leaning early. I like the way the Bunnies played on the weekend. It had me thinking, you know, am I going to look at the Bunnies again? But I noticed today when the lineups come out, Cody Walker's not playing. So he's just too important for them, especially in this game. The Cowboys are coming off a pretty big win last week against the Panthers. So, you know, I thought I'd just stay off that game. There might be some late mail, like Smurfy was saying. We'll probably have some late mail for these games that we're not betting on. But I decided to go with Newcastle Knights West Tigers game. So we got the Newcastle Knights at home coming up against the West Tigers. This game's on Sunday. It's the last game of the round as well. And these teams have already played this year. The last time they played, Newcastle won 10 points to 8 in a very defensive contest. You know, they both had full-strength teams at that point. I think maybe Tigers were missing a few bench players, but no one important. Same goes for Newcastle. This one's a little bit different. Schiller's out, who's the winger for Newcastle. They're also missing Saifidi, who's one of their big forwards. They've got a couple of guys coming in to replace those guys. And I watched the game last week. Look, I had Newcastle on the line because I thought they were going to have a decent performance against the Bulldogs. But, you know, Greg Marzu just let me down. I had him for a try as well. Just couldn't catch the ball. It seems like he's got something going on this year where he's just all these little stupid errors he's making. Reminded me a little bit of Robert Toa for the Roosters a few weeks ago. He just was trying his hardest, just kept making mistakes. So I love the West Tigers this week. They've got all their stars are back. Luau's back. They've got Skelton's back on the wing. Even Brent Naden's coming back as well. So like they've got a lot of players back this week. I think that the sour taste in their mouth from trying to get that first win of the year against Newcastle is still there. I think they want it, and I think they're going to get it. So I've gone West Tigers money line at $2.31 or plus 131, whichever way you want it. But that's what we're going to go. So we've got West Tigers money line against the Knights on Sunday. I've looked at the weather already. It's going to be a perfect day for footy. Might be looking at possibly the unders with the late mail later on, so make sure you subscribe for that and you got the notification bell tick because you won't know if you don't have it selected. Yeah, but that's it, mate. What about you, Smythe? Is there any other angles you're looking at for the rest of the week, mate? Is there anything you like? Any try scorers?
Mate, there is, yeah. Like I like the there's some plays in that Rabbitohs game. Probably the Panthers game, straight off the rank there. And there's
maybe a Pappenhausen try on the week on Sunday.
No, I think he scored every round.
Yeah, it's I got it $1.87.
Yeah, it's
he's still decent. Yeah,
that's
it's
good
crazy.
Value. But I don't think you're going to lose money putting money on him. Probably it's still a bet, still gambling.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, no, I'll definitely have something on the Storm game, 100%. But, yeah, just like Dan says, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications, like this video, share it if you want. Another thing, would love to see your plays in the comments. Love to see what you're doing because if they're any good, we'll just steal your plays. But, love to hear all about it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. See ya.